Come here, my darling. Come here. Ready? Whee! Smile! Hey y'all, this is Jamie. Welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I am going to introduce y'all to my sweet little babies, my dogs. But before we get into that, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload a new video. Also make sure to give this a thumbs up if you like this video and would like to see more get to know me videos. So without further ado, let's get into this. Alright, so I am very excited to be doing this video. My dogs are my little babies. They're what make me smile every day and part of what has kept my spirits up over the last few years. I have been a dog lover since I was a little kid, which I actually used to be afraid of dogs. My parents kind of felt like they couldn't have a child who was afraid of dogs because they had had dogs all growing up. So they got the dog that I actually ended up growing up with, Oliver, and I actually had Oliver for almost 18 years. We got him when I was 4, almost 5, and then he passed away when I was almost 22. We had him for quite a while. He was my best buddy. I named Oliver after the little cat from Oliver and Company. I know. So now I have 2 dogs. I have Toby and Choco. Let's see if I can wrangle them over. Come here, my sweet baby. So this right here is Toby. Say hi, Toby. Say hi. Say hi. This is my sweet baby. And this is my baby. Oh, this is my baby girl, Choco. She can get a bit grumpy. Oh no. We're doing this video only a couple days before she has a grooming appointment, so she is looking a little rough, but she is on the books for a grooming appointment to get her hair done. Choco. Shh. Shh. Choco. So I have Toby, who is 6. He just turned 6 last month. And then I have Choco, who is 10. She just turned 10 back in March, so actually she'll be 11 in a few months. So I thought I would bring up on my phone a couple of the pet tag questions, answer some questions. So we already answered number 1, what is your pet's name? So Choco is a girl and it is pronounced Choco, kind of like Choco Taco, you know? I didn't actually name her. I didn't name either one of them. Toby I actually got from the Georgia SPCA. He was named Toby before I got him, so we just kept his name because I used to be a huge fan of Tobey Maguire when he played Spider-Man. Spider-Man is my favorite superhero. I was a huge fan of Tobey Maguire. I liked the name Toby, so we just kept the name Toby. I thought it was perfect. The thing about Choco and how I got her, I actually don't know if I've mentioned this on my channel before, but I worked for 3 years as a kennel assistant at an animal hospital. As a kennel assistant, I worked mostly with the boarders that would come, would be dropped off, and would board at our facility. Choco came in, her owner brought her in, dropped her off a few days before Christmas. She was supposed to be picked up a few days after Christmas, I think on like the 28th or something like that, back in, I think it was in 2014. Her owner did not pick her up. We kept calling her. She kept answering, saying, oh yeah, I'll be there at this time to pick her up. Still didn't pick her up. That day would come and go. Choco ended up boarding at our facility, at our animal hospital, for 3 months. So she boarded until March. The whole thing about abandonment is after the facility, after the animal hospital or the boarding facility or the kennel, or the animal shelter, after they send out a letter of abandonment to the owner has 10 days to contact whatever facility, whatever organization, company, whatever has the dog and make arrangements. If 10 days has come and gone and they have not contacted, the dog is no longer theirs. So the dog is officially considered abandoned. This lady kept calling on like the 9th day and making arrangements, and then we had to start the process all over again. So finally it came a time, 10 days came and went, Choco was considered abandoned, and I had told our office manager that once she became abandoned, she had a home, I would take her home. I had already brought Toby to work with me to see how he acted around her because he is a little nervous with anyone really. He actually got along with her very well. I knew it was kind of a done deal. I brought her home and the rest is history. But yes, she already had the name Choco. She was 6 years old when I got her, and so I figured she was already an adult dog. You know, I don't really want to change her name since she's already used to responding to Choco. So I didn't actually pick the name for either of my dogs. That is that. That was very long-winded. So next question is, what breed is your pet? So Choco is a Lhasa Apso. They kind of look a little like Shih Tzus, but they are Tibetan. We don't know if she's a purebred because to me she looks prettier than normal Lhasa Apsos. And Toby is kind of a terrier mix. A mutt. I love mutts. What is your pet's favorite food? So that is kind of a fun little quirk about Choco. She is so motivated by food. Hey Choco, are you hungry? Oh, are you hungry? You want some food? Yeah? All right, go get you your food then. Go get it then. What? So much. It's like food is always on the brain for Choco. Subsequently, she has a bit of a weight problem. She loves food. She's so motivated by food. You can get her to do anything if you have something in your hand for her to eat. The second that she hears the words food or eat or hungry or dinner, she is like all up in your face. She will eat anything. There's not really anything that I've tried to give her that she hasn't eaten and that she hasn't eaten gladly. Toby, however, he's a little bit pickier of an eater. He's very much a meat and cheese kind of dog. He loves cookies though. So I do not recommend giving your dogs cookies often. Definitely don't give them any like chocolate cookies, but Toby loves butter cookies. Like those shortbread butter cookies, he loves those. Like he will get all up in my face if I'm eating one of those, but he loves cookies and he loves cheese and he loves bacon, but who doesn't? What is your favorite thing to do together? One of my favorite things to do with my dogs is to cuddle up on the couch and watch TV or watch a movie or read. I just really love it. Toby is such a cuddler. It's the sweetest thing because he'll get like, especially if I'm laying down, like if I'm in bed, he'll come and he'll get like right in this little nook right here in between my shoulder and like in my neck. He'll go and he'll lay right there. What is a bad habit that your pet has? Toby is like a nervous scratcher slash chewer. So he chews on his back, on his feet, on everything. And I know that it's not just, at first we thought it was some kind of allergy that he had, like seasonal allergy, because it a lot of times was happening in the fall. And I still think that it is at that time of the year, but otherwise he's just a nervous chewer. And then Choco barks at everything. She'll just start barking and there will be nothing. There's like no sound was made, nothing. And I'm like, what are you barking at? So Choco is definitely a barker and she's a bit of a growler as well. She's a grumpy girl. Okay, so I like this next question. What is the naughtiest thing that your pet has ever done? Toby, I definitely have one for him. Several of them actually come to mind, and it all is because of his nervous nature, which is probably my fault because I got him when he was 3 months old. I got him with enough time to socialize him and to train him, and I did not. Toby is a very nervous dog. He's nervous around other people. He's nervous around other dogs. Toby. He's just nervous. A park just recently built a dog park near my house, and so I took him over to the dog park. I was by myself. For Toby, he has a habit of coming out of his collar, of wiggling out of his collar, so I decided to get him a harness. So we were walking over at the park. We hadn't even gotten to the part that was actually the dog park yet, and he had pooped. So I scooped the poop up, put it in the little poop bag, and I was going over to the trash can to throw it away. Now the trash cans that they have are those like Oscar the Grouch type trash cans that are like aluminum with the lids that you have to pull off. I had him in one hand and I lifted the lid and he freaked out, like freaked out. And he started like wiggling all over the place, and he managed to wiggle out of his harness. And so I started chasing after Toby, and I'm like, Toby, no, Toby, no. And so I'm about to go, but I realize I still have Choco in my hand. And so I'm like, come on, Choco. But she just sits down and becomes an immovable object. Because that's another thing about Choco. She does not like being walked on a leash. Like you start pulling something that's around her neck and she just sits still and pulls the opposite direction. I'm here, Toby went that way. I'm trying to run after Toby. I have Choco right behind me who's just like not moving whatsoever, not working with me at all. I was like, we gotta go catch your brother. And she's just, Finally, I was like, you know what? Choco ain't gonna do anything. She ain't gonna run away. So I leave Choco, I dropped the leash, left Choco there, and then I'm like, Toby is the kind of dog that you start running at him and he runs the opposite direction. So I started crouching. I was like, Toby, Toby, come on, Toby. Finally, he started walking towards me, and I got close enough that I just like grabbed him, and we just walked right back to the car. Packed up and we went home. Did not go to the park. That was the naughtiest thing Toby has done. He has also done things that are just as naughty. He jumped out of the drying cage, because I would take him to work with me for the groomer to groom. The drying cage, by the way, was like up on the second level. He jumped out of the drying cage over the groomer's shoulder, who was trying to get him, ran all around the kennel. And he once, while he was being groomed, he once started chewing on the little bar that they put up that holds the little thing that goes around their neck to keep them in place. He started chewing on the bar, so much so that he cracked his tooth and ended up having to get it pulled. Toby's a very nervous dog, and it's probably all my fault. Choco that story was one of Choco's naughtiest moments. She also loves to get into the trash can. Choco. Choco. What is that? The trash can's all over the floor. And I know it's her because she's so short she can't reach into the trash can, so she has to pull it down to get to it. Alright, and because that was a long-winded story, I'm just going to do one more question. So the last question is, what is the most rewarding thing about being a pet owner? I've spent pretty much my entire life being a pet owner. I can't imagine not having one. I think pets are so wonderful in that they give you a companion. They combat loneliness. They really, to me, they improve my mood. So if I'm ever having a day that I'm not feeling well, or that I'm feeling discouraged, or I'm just down in the dumps, I can seriously just look at my dogs and it brings a smile to my face. They're non-judgmental, and they give you unconditional love, which is amazing. They really are too precious for this world. I think they're amazing. I will continue to have a dog. Whoever I marry has to love dogs because that's a deal breaker for me. I think it's very rewarding to be a dog owner. Alright y'all, so that is it for this video. Leave a comment down below if you have a pet, a dog, a cat, a fish, a bird, anything like that. Leave that in the comments down below. I would love to hear from y'all. And make sure to give this a thumbs up and stay tuned for Saturday's video. It'll be coming right at ya. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye y'all. Toby!